Are you a football fan? Have you ever found yourself wondering, what in the world was that ref thinking? Well, Mike D, the referee, is here to help you. Join me on Whistle Talk as I talk to professionals on the field and in the booth to help you understand what is going on inside the mind of a football official. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Whistle Talk. Mike D, the referee, joining you here from a very hot New Jersey day here. We're actually recording on a Thursday afternoon. I've got the World Cup opening match going on behind me. Mexico up 1-0 on an early goal over the Republic of South Africa. So we got the opening day of the World Cup going on here. We are not going to be diving into World Cup rules, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry. I'll be watching it, but that's about it. But yeah, we got a nice hot day here in New Jersey. Once again, I have the pleasure of being joined by Coach Chip, my man from the down the south, and Mr. Daniel Chamberlain. We got the triumvirate back together again. What's happening, gents?
I'm golden.
Golden is good.
Golden is good. Golden's really good. Can you be platinum?
Too, Mike, I'm also golden. Let's
nice. Nice. So today these gents have been kind enough to join me, like I said, on a Thursday afternoon, trying to get some recordings done ahead of time because my schedule gets a little bit nutty with my kids' summer sports coming up. So trying to get this stuff done, and these gents have agreed to come on today. So guys, appreciate you. And also to the people out there that are listening, appreciate all you. And I would also appreciate, hit that thumbs up, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share those things out with all your friends, family, whomever it may be, because football season's right around the corner. So we're gearing up, got some summer 7-on-7s getting ready to go. And then the season's here. Then there's no more time to waste. So, Coach Chip, where can the fans find you?
Well, Football Talk with Coach Chip on YouTube. Right, I've been doing a series on the evolution of the gun tee system. Not the gun tee, that's Kenny. Of the gun power spread system, and how we came about converting it from under center hybrid wing tee to what it became, and with the gun and using the wing tee approach, and how even though it didn't look wing tee, the mindset was still wing tee, because it's gun. But and been doing that, been dropping one a week on that, and then the podcast is going well. Football Talk with Coach Chip, the podcast. Find it wherever you get podcasts. Running about 200 or so views every week for new content, and then just got an update that one of them's hit about 500 listens, or whatever you call it, clicks, and that's cool. And a lot of coaches had Tony Franklin on, and had up your way, Tony DeMeo. He came on and did a couple episodes. It's been really, really fun, which is why I do it, because it's fun. I get to talk with coaches. And then, of course, you can find me at my email, Seagle, SEAGLE.chip@gmail.com. And then on Facebook, it's Football Talk with Coach Chip Facebook group. And then on Twitter X, it's Coach Chip at Chip Seagle. And Seagle is S-Eagle, S-E-A-G-L-E.
S-Eagle. All right. And Daniel, I think last time I had you on, we forgot to let you plug your shows until the end. So I owe you one here. Nah. So Daniel, where can everybody find you at, my friend?
Yeah, you can hear me talk football on the Football Coaching Podcast with Joe Daniel. And then the other one is the Coaching 101 podcast. Those come out on Thursdays every week. I think Thursdays they come out on your local podcatcher, and then Sundays generally come out on the YouTube. So you can find it over at my YouTube, Chamberlain Football Consulting, or with Joe or Kenny or one of those guys.
I never miss one of their podcasts. I never miss one.
You all put out some good material too.
My soothing vocals, right, Chip?
Oh, it's all about you. Yeah. Hey, my dog's going to go crazy in a minute. My wife just pulled up out front. So,
that's okay.
Yeah.
That's life. Before we dive into Rule 4 today, though, Daniel, is it okay if we discuss what you just mentioned to me before we started recording?
Does it say that one more again?
Is it okay to discuss what you mentioned before we started recording?
Oh yeah, there's nothing official, nothing. We're talking about possibly looking at getting into the refereeing this fall. Mike has made me believe that knowing how to be a referee is important to be a football coach, and so, I'm looking at the options. There's no guarantees. I'm supposed to have some conversations with some of the local organizations here over this week and kind of see what things look like. So, no promise to be in stripes, but I thought, man, what a cool way to stay connected. And just kind of see where things go.
So as Jim Carrey once said, so you're saying there's a chance.
There's a chance. Yeah, there's a chance.
Yeah.
It worked out for him because he ended up marrying her in real life.
Samsonite?
Oh, that redhead.
Good stuff. And like I told you before, I may know somebody who could possibly help you out along that journey. So, we're always here for you.
Love it.
So, with all that fun stuff being said, let's dive into Rule 4. So, Rule 4, as my screen's pulling up, there we go. Rule 4, we're going to be talking about today the ball in play, the dead ball, the out of bounds. So, how we put it in play, the dead ball and the end of downs, and some out of bounds and inbounds spots. So, some stuff that we pretty much all know and understand, but we got to dive into a couple of the intricacies with it. And so here we go. I'll start off with number 1. So putting the ball in play. The ball shall be put in play by a kickoff to start each half and to resume play after a try or a successful field goal. A free kick shall put the ball in play after a safety, replay a free kick down, such as a foul, penalty, or the universal, and free kick chosen after a fair catch.
What was that, Mike? I couldn't hear you there on that one.
I said you didn't catch that?
No, it's probably the Knicks thing in your head, dude.
Yes, it is. I keep on hearing
So many
inadvertent whistles.
against your team. You've knocked out the word whistle.
Yes. And lastly, the snap shall put the ball in play when a free kick is not specified. So, basic stuff here. I don't think there's anybody out there that doesn't watch, listen, see football that doesn't understand these basic concepts. But we are going to talk a little bit more about the inadvertent whistle. My hair is standing up on my arms.
Yeah, that's the only place.
Well, thank you. Thank you for noticing. All right, Coach Chip, you want to take the next one?
Putting the ball in play, 4-1. Snap or free kick must be made between the hash marks. After being put in play, the ball remains live until the down ends. Ball remains dead and down is not begun if snap or free kick attempted before ball is ready for play, foul or delay of game, illegal snap or other snap infraction, or thirdly, other dead ball occurs.
Now, again, these kind of seem like some common sense here, but I can tell you that just this past season, watching a youth game, which is still certified officials here in New Jersey, they were placing the ball where the kids got tackled. So if the kid got tackled by the numbers, they were putting it at the numbers, not back at the hash marks. Yeah, and I know some of you fields, like some of the fields aren't the greatest marked. This field was nice. This field was done well. It was an earlier game out of multiple games on the field, so you could see the hash marks, you could see the ticks, and the ball was being placed by the numbers. I'm like, what in the world is going on here? And the worst part about it is there were 3 officials on the game. Not one of the other 2 said, hey, where are you going with that? Like, that can't be. And I know, Chip, we've talked about it. Daniel, we've talked about it. It makes a difference on play calling where the ball's placed. Like, this is something that all offensive coordinators know, and defensive coordinators should know. If you're going to defend the field, if you're going to defend the boundary, if you're going to kind of cheat and different things like that, well, when the ball's placed at the numbers, defend the field. Because you're already almost 9 yards from being out of bounds. So, yeah, things like that, unfortunately, do happen. So we do have to go over those things. And, yes, they are in the rule book.
Well, that's so like 1912, because that's where they used to do.
Yeah, right where they went down.
Over 100 years ago. That's why the field football is called a gridiron, because the original fields had those lines. Like, so if you got tackled on the sideline, they bring it over to the first line, or the first, 5 yards from the sideline.
Yep.
And that's where, and I'm thinking, like, I haven't heard of that since Newt Rockne was in college, but
way back. You remember watching him, don't you, Coach?
Yeah. I mean, I went to kindergarten with his son.
Did you really?
Oh, yeah.
All right, Daniel, you want to take the next one?
Of course I do, good sir. Dead ball and end of down, 4-2 here. Game official or officials indicate the ball remains dead by sounding his whistle immediately when a foul occurs before a snap or free kick. Game official or officials indicate that the ball has become dead and down is ended by sounding his whistle when the ball has become dead by rule, because the whistle doesn't end the play. The play ends itself, right?
Yes, sir.
The keyword is, like, pick up some stuff coming on these shows, you hear? Keyword is indicates. The ball is dead by rule, not by the whistle. Look at that. It's even written there. Man, foreshadowing.
Good stuff.
Okay, so the ball is dead by rule, not the whistle. So if the guy is clearly down and then there's a lit pass, it can still be a late hit even though the whistle hasn't blown yet.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yep, and that's exactly the great clarification with that is kids got to know and kids got to understand it. And again, we as a crew, the ball gets run up the middle. You're not hearing a whistle. Like if the ball's being run between tackles with my crew, you're probably not going to hear a whistle. You're going to hear my big loud voice saying plays over. But we don't like having multiple whistles for a play being run up the middle, because when you have multiple whistles being blown, that's where you get that other word that I'm not going to repeat right now because I got to repeat it in a couple minutes anyway. But that's where you do get the inadvertent whistles happening, because when you're a back judge 53 yards away on the opposite sideline, you shouldn't be blowing your whistle for a ball that's being run in the middle. Like, that's not your key, that's not your responsibility, and that's what gets us in trouble. So we actually limit our whistles, and if you blow the whistle, you better have something. If you're blowing the whistle from back there, you better have a flag on the play that you're trying to notify us that, hey, let's hold up a second. So the ball in possession, dead and down is ended, 4-2-2. The runner goes out of bounds. Forward progress is stopped, and any part of the person other than their hand or foot touches the ground. Yes, there are exceptions. Not many, but there are some exceptions. But let's go back to the first one. Runner goes out of bounds. Pretty simple. Okay, and we talked a little bit about the spots, and we're going to talk a little bit more about the spots when that happens today. The second one, though, is the fun one. The forward progress is stopped. Chip, what do you know about forward progress?
I know it's not backwards.
True.
All right, forward progress. I know this, that I hate the new thing that's become with the rugby scrum, where they're moving the ball and they're pushing the pile down the field. I think that's waiting for somebody to get seriously injured, and they say, well, the forward progress hasn't stopped. But if he's surrounded by a mob of people, I don't like that. I know that about forward progress.
Yep, and that's one of the things that I do agree with you with. Those plays are extremely difficult to officiate because we sometimes can't see the ball, and we're told to don't blow the whistle until you see the ball. But those are tough ones because you're talking about the safety issues. Daniel, you got anything about forward progress?
No, I hate it when kids get pushed backwards 2 or 3 yards and break out and run horizontally and then get tackled for a loss of 10 or whatever. Like,
yep.
Sometimes the whistle isn't blown fast enough. Forward progress is a little tricky sometimes.
It is like one of the greatest plays ever in college football history when Tommy Frazier broke that long run against Florida. I guess it was the Fiesta Bowl. His forward progress was stopped for like a split second, and the Florida kids pretty much quit, and Tommy Frazier didn't. That's classic play. where he breaks it down the sideline, and then there's that great play where Auburn, when they won the national title, when Oregon tackled Dyer, and Dyer didn't go down. He put his hand down, but it looked like he was down. But the problem now, and remember, I'm an offensive guy for the better part of my career, but I feel kind of bad because defensive guys have been so handcuffed to some degree to protect kids and all that, where the guy looks like he's down, so they quit coming, and the refs don't blow him down. It's not the ref's fault. The kid ain't down. But the one where they hit him and the running back kind of flips over, it's like sitting on the defender.
Yep.
Maybe it ought to be like, that guy's clearly on the ground, and you're on top of that guy, you're down. I don't know, but I can see people getting hurt. I can see defensive coordinators getting upset and say, like we always say, play to the echo of the whistle. Well, but you just said that the whistle doesn't end the play, so it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't. I don't feel, I feel bad for the defensive guys trying to work through that.
It's a tough one. And going back to with the player being on top of a player, I actually like that rule. And again, before putting the stripes on, I was an offensive guy myself. So if your runner is heads up enough to realize that their body part hasn't touched the ground, continue. Keep going. I used to also tell all my receivers, if the ball is close to hitting the ground, or if it did hit the ground and you catch it, hold that ball up. Sell the hell out of it that you made that catch. And it's the same thing with the runner. Let the official blow the whistle and bring me back into play at that point in time. So I actually do like it, and I've had a couple of those calls occur where we kept the whistle quiet and kids were forward progress wasn't stopped. They got popped and landed on a body of somebody else. Nothing else touched the ground. Their butt was sitting on the other person's back, and they just kind of rolled off and kept going with it. So it's I don't know, it's one of those athletic plays that I enjoy seeing. So all right, so I'm going to continue with this one because it's a continuation of the last one. The exceptions now. The exceptions to having a body part on the ground other than a hand or foot are going to be our place kick holder with teammate in a kicking position. So when the knee is on the ground, they catch or recover and place the ball for a kick. That is okay. They must rise off their knee before they try to advance, hand, kick, or pass the ball. And let me rephrase that. They must rise off the knee before they catch that ball. Okay? So if you're going to do some type of fake kick, fake punt, fake field goal, your holder cannot be on the ground when they receive that ball and then pop up. They need to be kind of coming up when that ball is being snapped, because once their knee is down, that ball needs to be kicked. We're not going to blow it dead for the kick, but we're going to blow it dead if they try to pop up, things like that. The second one is the knee on the ground, rises to catch or recover, and immediately returns to the knee, places the ball down. This is okay for the kick. Okay, so if you get a high snap and the holder's got to kind of jump out of their shoes to go up and get the ball, and then they bring it back down to their knee, that's still okay in that scenario. And a note, if the ball becomes dead, the ball becomes dead if the holder muffs the snap or fumbles and recovers after his knee has been off the ground and then touches the ground other than a hand or while in possession. So if they have that high snap and they don't get it cleanly, so they muff it, now the ball hits the ground and they scramble around and they pick up that ball, they can't go back down to their knee for their kicker to try to kick the ball in a different position. So at that point in time, when the knee hits the ground, they are going to be downed.
Best thing to do, in my opinion, is have that guy get back there like a catcher with both knees off the ground. Just kind of be a little sideways in a catcher squat. That way he's free to do anything he wants to do.
Even for kicking, you like that position?
For extra point and field goal, yeah.
Never seen that one.
Well, you never watched us because we did it.
Oh, I believe it.
Because of that reason. Because when we found out that you couldn't do that flip over the shoulder or do that kind of thing, because we had a couple of years we had an athlete at kicker, and and then we had another time where we used to take it and the holder was the quarterback, and from his knee he would take it and throw it over the line like a lob pass. Because we had a big old 6'6" kid playing on the end, and he'd run back there in the middle and catch it. And when we found out that didn't count, we just put him in, we said, get both knees up. And that's the way he practiced it.
A little bit of the Tebow float pass.
It was kind of like that. The original play was called a flapjack pass, but that was, anyway. But we just started doing it with no knee down.
All right. All right, Coach Chip, this one's yours.
Loose ball becomes dead and down is ended, 4-2-2. Live ball goes out of bounds. Any forward pass, legal or illegal, is incomplete or is simultaneously caught. And that means if he's running down the field past the line of scrimmage and throws it forward, it's illegal, but it's not a fumble. It's a incomplete pass, dead ball, right?
Yep.
Any legal free kick or scrimmage kick breaks the plane of R, the receiver's goal line, unless it's an airborne scoring attempt, try, or field goal. Touches a K player, a kicker, in receiver's end zone, or scoring attempt apparently failed after breaking plane of receiver's goal line. The exception, scoring attempt, kick touches upright, crossbar, official, or R player in the end zone, and caroms through the goal. Touching is ignored.
Correct.
Oh, that'd be cool. Like it hits the official on the head and bounces over. Yeah.
No, that's not cool. Because I've seen it. But yeah, if it hits the official that's standing in the end zone watching that, hits him in the head and doinks over the crossbars, you got a good kick. Same thing if it hits a defender, your linebackers that are just standing back there and waving their arms to try to distract the kicker. If it hits one of those guys and goes over the crossbar, we got a good field goal, a good try. So, yep, that is going to be the exception to the rule.
Cool.
All right, Daniel.
Ball becomes dead and down is ended, 4-2-2. For a loose ball, simultaneously caught or recovered by opposing players, is on the ground motionless and no player attempts to secure possession, touches anything inbounds other than player, substitute, replaced player, official, the ground, or authorized game equipment.
Oh, whoa. Okay, so if there's a fumble and no one tries to recover it and it's just laying there, y'all just blow the whistle?
Yeah.
And it goes to the last team in possession.
Yep. But
if I was an official, I'd say, y'all want to get that?
You don't really see it too often with a fumble, but you're going to see this more so on kicks, especially punts where they're just all trying to get around, and then if K has the lead, they're going to really let it go, let it roll, where they just want to kill a couple seconds off the clock. But at some point, we gotta blow the whistle at that point in time when the ball comes to the ground motionless. Yeah, touches anything inbounds other than a player substitute, all that other fun stuff. What do you think happens if the punt hits a drone?
It's inbound, so it's got to kill it.
Yep.
Now, does it get the Jerry's World effect where you replay the down?
To my knowledge, no, because technically that drone should be behind the offense, so I don't see why it would ever truly come into play.
Kick backwards 15 yards. That could happen.
Yeah. So yeah, to my knowledge, no, it is not a do-over down.
Nice.
All right. For kicking plays now, the kicked ball becomes dead and the down is ended, 4-2-2. We're continuing with 4-2-2. For kick plays, kickers, K, catch or recover a free kick anywhere. Kickers, K, catch or recover a scrimmage kick beyond the neutral zone. K are the first to touch a scrimmage kick after it has come to rest beyond the neutral zone, in between the goal lines, and after valid or invalid fair catch signal when a scrimmage kick or free kick is caught or recovered by R beyond, in, or behind the neutral zone. So we're going to kill it no matter what fair catch signal you give us, good, bad, indifferent. Okay, the bad and indifferent, you may see a little yellow hanky on the ground, but we're going to kill it and we're going to still protect them. But it doesn't matter where it happens. When K touches a scrimmage kick after it comes to rest, and that's one we were just talking about, where the ball comes to rest, we're going to then allow them to, in essence, down it. So different things like that. Any questions on this one, gents?
All right, now the kickers are first to touch a scrimmage kick. The third bullet after it comes to rest beyond neutral zone in between goal lines. Now, in my experience, if they just run up and touch it, a lot of officials won't kill it right away because the receiving team has the option to come up and scoop it, and we actually won a game. We were down by 21 in the third, and that totally turned the game because they came up, the kids just touched it, and they turned to jog off the field. Well, our kids had been coached, it ain't dead. And our boy came running up and scooped it and scored. The other side went nuts, and it turned the game around. We ended up winning by a touchdown in the fourth quarter, but late in the fourth. So I know y'all have the option to kill it right away, but do you, by practice, let it go a little bit, kind of let it?
So if the ball comes to rest and it's not moving, so it's motionless, so going back to the previous slide, if the ball's motionless at that point in time and then a K player touches the ball, we're going to kill it right away at that point because that's them just downing it. To your point, though, I used to tell all of our kickers or all of our kicking teams, pick that ball up.
Yeah.
Pick that ball up and hand it to the official because then you don't leave any discrepancy.
That's what we teach. Yep.
So, but yeah, some kids are annoyed by it and they'll just kind of smack the ball or whatever it may be. And we're not even talking about illegal batting right now, but where they're just frustrated because maybe it was a crappy punt or something like that, and they're ticked off and they just tap the ball and they go, well, yeah, at that point in time, if they're not paying any mind, we're going to give it a half second or so because we're going to kind of see where the receiving team is at that point in time before we do it.
Right.
If ours is standing like right there, then we have an inclination that returner has that inclination. We're going to wait a half second to see what's going on. But if the ball's dead and not moving and then they touch it, we're probably going to kill it right away.
Hey, what happens? Okay, and when our kid did that, if he'd have got it up, if he'd have been hit and fumbled, can we still take it at first touch, or is that gone when he picked it up?
Nope, 100%. Unless there was a flag on the play by you guys, you would be able to get the ball back at first touching.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
All right, next.
Real quick, Daniel, you
Yes.
got to be proud of me, man. I'm weaponizing the rule book.
I've coined that term already, Chip. You owe me 2 cents
I'm
every
giving
time
you
you
the
say
credit.
it.
I'm giving
Yes.
you the credit.
1 penny, but I have to round up because pennies don't exist anymore.
All right, who's up here?
I got you. Ball becomes dead and down is ended, still in 4-2-2. Any score occurs during a try, B secures possession, or does apparent that kick has failed. Helmet comes completely off the runner. Prosthetic limb comes completely off the runner. Game official sounds his whistle.
Attaboy.
Inadvertently.
Yes, inadvertently.
Accidentally? Stupidly? I mean,
There we go.
Have you ever?
No, it's-
have y'all ever coached or officiated a game that had a kid with a prosthetic limb?
not that I'm aware of.
We played a game against a kid with one arm. He only had one arm.
Was he Jim Abbott style?
Yes,
Nice.
and he played DB.
Oh, there you go. I mean, I played with a big Q-tip on my hand when I tore all the ligaments in my hand, so I had, and I didn't. It wasn't a prosthetic, but it was. Talk about weaponizing the rule book.
Gene Upshaw, baby. Gene Upshaw.
Yeah. So let's talk about the second bullet point there. Extra point, try, gets blocked. Can you scoop and score for the defense?
No.
Nope.
Correct. Go for two. Quarterback fumbles it. Can you scoop and score?
No.
All right. These are all NFHS rules. In college, can you scoop and score?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And how many points do you get?
You still get however many they were attempting.
Yes. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. So if it's a block kick, you're going to get the 1 point. If it's a blocked extra point, you're going to get two.
Now, NFL
I mean, I
is
blocked
just two,
out.
right? No matter
What's that?
what.
I don't know.
If anybody's out there listening that coaches, when you're going for two, always coach your kids up. Never get tackled short of the end zone. If you're throwing the ball, never take a sack. Throw it up for grabs on a 2-point conversion.
Mm-hmm.
If they pick it off, play's over. But one thing's for sure: if you get sacked, you ain't scoring.
Yep.
And so do the old holy roller Kenny Stabler thing and just get that thing out. Throw it up in there.
I love the
Yeah.
don't get tackled short of the end zone. That's good.
Yeah, never
That's good
get
advice
tackled short of the end zone.
Always score.
I think that's what they're trying to do.
I love it.
All right,
Inadvertent
Coach
whistle.
Chip.
Are you doing this one, Mike? I don't know if can you even say the words?
I'm gonna let you guys talk about this one.
I'll be your designated guy. I don't have
All
a
right,
mouth
you're-
talking dirty. Okay, I got a mouth like a sailor anyway.
That
All right.
that we do not speak of.
Inadvertent whistle 4-2-3. Official blows his whistle inadvertently, by mistake. Never want one, but it will happen. Happens when ball is still live, but inadvertent whistle ends the down. And I agree with Mike D. This is a horrible thing when it happens.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't blame him for being sensitive on the matter.
So one of my first years coaching, we were a triple option team.
Oh, boy.
And we had the most unathletic quarterback running the triple option. So to say this was already a shit show, this was already a shit show. Well, he decided for the first time in a scrimmage, thank goodness it was a scrimmage, he pulled the ball. And he went around tackle. And he was running down the sideline with nobody even close to him. And even with the piano that he was carrying on his back, he was going to score easily. And the whistle blew because they thought the fullback had the ball.
Yep.
So again, this is something that we talk about when we know that we have some type of read option team of no matter what capacity. If it's true veer, true flex bone, if it's gun veer, we remind ourselves pregame, slow whistle, swallow the whistle, keep that whistle tucked away. Don't blow the whistle unless you see the ball. Okay? All of those different things because of this scenario, because that is probably the highest rate for inadvertent whistles are going to be on those trick plays and things like that, which your crisscrosses, your counters, and your option plays tend to be a little bit tricky.
It happened to us back in the late 80s. We were split back veer, and we had a running back who was horrible at carrying out his fakes, and we really made an issue of it with him and stressed and stressed and stressed. In his senior year, he really got good at it, and I'll be honest with you, the official blew it. Quarterback was still running around the end. I told the official later, I said, I thought the running back had it too. But the safety tackled him like 15 yards. This kid carried his fake out all the way to the third level.
Awesome.
And the safety came up and tackled him, and the guy blew the whistle. And you're talking about probably the best fake I've ever seen in 40-plus years of coaching happened about my second or third year in coaching, because he was like 15 yards down the field. And then I go, oh, there's the ball. Coming right past me,
Yep.
I hate
All
it.
right, Daniel, I'll let you take this one, being that you potentially may have a whistle in your hand.
Just keep it out of your mouth.
Don't run with it in my mouth, right? Is that what you tell people?
Yeah.
Inadvertent whistle administration. It happened. What do we do now? 4 situations, maybe 5. 1, legal pass, snap, or kick in flight. You replay the down. So there's not someone holding on to it at the moment. 2, loose ball following backward pass, fumble, illegal forward pass, or kick. Team last in possession has the option to take the ball where possession was lost or replay the down. So if they fumbled it. I can't.
If they
go
fumbled
forward.
it.
Oh,
I got you.
they're probably going to replay the down if they fumbled
Yes.
it and it's out there because, I guess if they gained 20 yards and then it fumbled, they would take it where it was like where it was down, right? Take the possession.
Well,
off the
they're
ball.
gonna-
So that would be their option. They could
Yes,
replay if
yeah.
it's 4th and 10 and they got 20 yards and fumbled. They're going to take the possession, the results of the down minus the fumble.
Correct.
Okay.
So hopefully we have a beanbag marking where that fumble did occur in different scenarios like that, because then we at least have that. But again, this is typically not going to be the covering official that's going to blow this whistle. It's typically going to be an opposite side or a deep official that's not covering the play blowing that whistle, because if you're throwing a beanbag down and you're acknowledging that there was a fumble on the play, you shouldn't have a whistle in your mouth.
That's
So and just a quick tip, I know a lot of officials, we talk about this mechanically. as an umpire, I have a whistle that it's attached to my jersey. Okay, it's a little clip. I have that in my mouth pre-snap. Once the snap goes off, I spit that out because during the play, as an umpire, I probably am not going to blow the whistle to kill a down. I'm going to signal to my short wings because they're the ones that are going to get the spots. So I don't want to blow the whistle and not be able to get an accurate spot. There are a lot of sideline officials, especially the short wing officials, that will have one also in their mouth at that time, and then they'll also have a finger whistle on. So pre-snap, if somebody jumps off sides into the neutral zone, whatever it may be, they're going to blow the whistle that's in their mouth. Once the snap happens, now they're going to spit it out, and then they're going to use their finger whistle when the play is over. Because, again, you have that extra half second because the play kills itself, not the whistle. So they see the play. Now they're going to bring the whistle up to their mouth and kill the play as they're going. So just a little mechanical idea there for people to think about. All right, Daniel, you want to continue with this one?
Yeah, I'll run it. Number 3, in player possession, the team in possession has the option to take the result of the play, so basically ball dead where the whistle was blown, or replay the down. Live ball foul occurs prior to the inadvertent whistle. The foul takes precedent and penalty administered from basic spot if it's accepted. If it's declined, other 3 options apply. If you can play it off within reason, do that above all else.
I love that.
If you didn't hammer on that thing, if you just gave her a little chirpy chirp, well, just see that bird
that
fly over
case?
and bring that thing. Sound just like me. I think someone in the stands has a whistle.
Yeah, can you guys can you make an announcement over the PA to tell person with the whistle stop doing that?
That's right.
That one is not NFHS sanctioned. That number 5 there, but
okay. I was asking. That sounds like a Mike D special. It happened to us about 20 years ago. On the opening kickoff, somebody in the stands was in the student section blew a whistle.
Yep.
And we're going crazy on our sideline across the field, and the other side over there going like, "No, what are you talking about?" And then so they ran another play. They blew the whistle again, and the ref heard it that time. They ended up stopping the game for about 5 minutes until somebody finally pointed out in the stands who was doing it, and they kicked their butt out.
Yeah.
What's the on this number 4? It says all other 3 options apply. So it looks like they could take it where it's at. They could take it a replay. So that's 2 options. What are the 3? Result of the play, which would be 4.
Yep. Just going back to 1, 2, and 3. So depending upon what the scenario occurred prior to that penalty.
Got you. So
prior to that foul,
a penalty, and then any of those happened.
Correct.
Got you.
Yep.
Too easy.
All right. This one's I could take this one. This one doesn't matter about the whistle. Where do we spot the ball when it goes out of bounds? Where is it snapped? The foremost point of the ball, common theme, applies to all spots. Again, we want to give it to the far point of the ball. So if you're holding the football and you're holding it with the nose pointed out, we're going to go where the nose is. But if you're holding that football sideways, we're going to go to where that end of the football is still in that scenario. So we want to try to give them that spot. I'm not going to lie. A lot of times we're going to give you the spot that's going to be to the next yard marker. So if the ball's in the middle of the field and it's not 3rd and 1 where all the inches do come into play, we're going to put it, we try to keep the ball going on a yard line just for spotting purposes, for measurement purposes. There are times, yes, it's going to be spotted on the 15.5 yard line. But again, it typically doesn't happen. After a kick, somebody downs the ball in all those scenarios we were just talking about, and the ball happened to be lying there on the 49.5, we're probably going to put the ball on the 50. So just different things like that with the spots. So a couple definitions that we talked about from Rule 2 now. The out-of-bounds spot, 241.5, is where the ball becomes dead in relation to going out of bounds. Okay? 241.4, the inbound spot. It's the intersection of the hash marks and the yard line where the ball will next be snapped or free kicked from. And we're going to talk about that more specifically in the next couple slides here. Coach Chip, you want to take this one?
Out of bounds spots, 4-3. Loose ball out of bounds. I was like, what is that? All right. Out of bounds spot is yard line through foremost point of ball. Dead by touching a person that is out of bounds. Out of bounds spot is foremost point when touched. Runner goes out of bounds. Foremost point when runner crosses plane of sideline. Remember, when in possession, it's the person, not the ball. All right, real quick, before you get started explaining it. So that play that was made on TV a year or two ago, where it was like a squibbed kick on a kickoff, and the return man ran out of bounds and reached in and touched it to make them have to re-kick it from further back instead of it being down right there like on the deep in their own territory. Is that legal in Federation too?
We could possibly have illegal participation on the receiving team. So this one is a very widely debated play. If the player purposely takes themselves off the field and then part of their body is still on the field, they are technically illegally participating, and it can be a penalty against them. This is something my association, this is something my crew and I have debated upon on a number of different things. If you're looking up to catch that kick and you don't have the field awareness and you're straddling the sidelines when the ball is caught, that could be the penalty for a kick out of bounds. So there's a lot of gray area when it comes to that. But in the scenario you're talking about, and you see it in the NFL level where they'll literally drop out of bounds, turn with just a toe tap and reach back in and touch the football, that's not okay in Federation. That should be an illegal participation penalty. So, because they're purposely doing it. All right, Daniel, regarding the goal line.
Regarding the goal line, so out-of-bounds spots here. Out-of-bounds spot is behind the goal line. That would be a safety, a touchback, or a field goal. If the ball touches a pylon, it is out of bounds behind the goal line. Then the above applies. Rule 8 tells us whether the ball will be a safety, touchback, or field goal.
Pretty simple stuff. You see all the guys diving for the pylon and different things like that, so it's all good.
What if a punt rolls into the pylon? Is that a touchback?
Touchback, okay. Correct. All right, inbound spots, 4-3. Where do we put it? Well, the ball becomes dead between the hash marks. It's easy. Or the penalty leaves it there. The ball's going to stay dead at that spot. The ball becomes dead on the side zones, or penalty leaves it there. The ball goes to the nearest hash mark. So, again, that's the one that we talked about where they were spotting the ball on the numbers.
Not to the numbers.
Some exceptions. A legal forward pass that is incomplete, the previous spot, and the same lateral position. So if you're on the 20-yard line and you're on the right hash and you throw a deep go route down the far left sideline and the ball hits incomplete, we're going back to the right hash. Okay, you're not getting the ball now at the left hash because you threw it over in that zone because it's an incomplete pass. And the other exception is the replay of down.
Hang on, Mike. Let me do it for you.
Thank you.
Legal forward pass incomplete, previous spot and lateral position. Replay of down due to inadvertent whistle, previous spot. You're welcome.
Thank you. And the penalties when enforcing the yardage, the lateral spot applies as well for inbound plays. So that is something that me as an umpire, I really got to be cognizant of where we're going to be administering that penalty from and making sure that we get the proper lateral spot for it. So if we're going back to the previous spot, obviously you go back to that previous hash mark. If we're going from the end of the run, we're going to go to where that end runs. So we got to be cognizant of that. So it does make a difference in it, and we're going to talk about that in one of the later chapters. All right, gents, we come to our last slide here. So, Daniel, I'm going to let you take this one here.
Love it. Team A may choose inbound spot. So this is a good one for you guys to memorize. If you don't take anything else from all this, like this is one of the main important ones because it can be the one that costs you yardage or gains you a yardage advantage. Especially in special teams where I always talk about the hidden yard. So, Team A may designate the spot from which the ball is put in play between the hash marks. I almost said by the way hash marks.
BTW.
So a team may designate spot from which the ball is put in play between the hash marks after a try, after a kickoff, I'm using after. I don't need to.
Yeah.
During a try, a kickoff, after the safety, after a fair catch or an awarded fair catch, after a touchback, and start of each series in overtime. You got to be very careful because a lot of our refs around here, if they set it somewhere and you haven't designated, they will not move it. They're going to say, nope, we've already put the ball ready for play. We're not moving it. So, right there, must be before ready to play. Look at that. See, once again, foreshadowing.
All right, wait a minute. If it's a fair catch in between the hash marks, can you immediately say we want it on the left hash?
Yep.
Okay, I didn't know that. All these.
Yeah.
Okay. Dang, I'm gonna start doing that.
And this actually, it doesn't often happen in that scenario, but this when you're coming to the fair catch or awarded fair catch where a team wants to then go for that free kick, you can pick where your kicker feels most comfortable from as long as the ball hasn't been spotted and they're ready for play. So when we're switching the ball in that scenario, you can come on out with, bring the ball. Can we put it on the right hash? Yep. Boom. And if you got a right-footed kicker who tends to have a little bit of a hook in his kick, well, you put them in their right spot. So it's something that it is very important. With the try, again, a lot of teams will have specific 2-point plays from a hash because they want to do their rub routes and different things like that. So they're going to want the ball on one hash so that they can run a trips mesh concept going on the far side of the field. Again, we'll move it, especially if you just bring it out, and we're kind of lenient with when we're going to blow that ready for play whistle in. But we had a scenario where the ready for play was blown, team lined up, they called a timeout. Then they came out and asked if we can move the ball. And in that scenario, we couldn't. So they need to understand that beforehand. And unfortunately, the coach didn't ask after calling the timeout, hey, can we move it now? The coach just assumed that they could move it and design this whole intricate play. And we're like, Coach, it can't be moved. So he wasn't happy.
I have to apologize. I mistakenly started talking about a ball going out of bounds on a kickoff with talking about yardage. So different chapter.
Yes.
Still important to know.
And
retains this option after a dead ball foul or if the down is to be replayed.
Correct. So
okay, explain that one.
So if you come out and you say, I'm going to try a 2-point conversion, so I put it on the right hash. There's a dead ball foul. I'm offsides. They jump offsides, whatever. Encroachment. I can then regain that option to say, now, never mind, put it in the middle or put it on the left hash.
Okay.
Correct. And you're going to see that more often when a team is going for a kick and then somebody on the defense jumps off sides, and now we're moving it up to that 1.5 yard line. Now, all right, hey, we're going for 2. Can we get the ball on the left hash?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Or inadvertent whistle makes it replay the play. Now
What
you
is
can move
that
it
you're
around
talking-
because you
what-
have, maybe you went from the left hash, an inadvertent whistle makes you replay. Now, okay, my other 2-point play is from the right hash, so I can switch it over. I know, I'm making his ears bleed.
Stop.
He has to live around New York City and be a ref with inadvertent whistles being talked about.
No. Stop. That damn Red Sox hat on.
Stinking Knicks. Better than
Well, gents, that's it for Rule 4. We done.
You know, when you do this every summer, this ought to be required listening for state associations.
Coach Chip, I'm putting you in charge of making that happen.
Yeah, well, good luck with that. They don't listen to me on Friday night. They damn sure ain't going to listen to me any other time.
Welcome to the life of a referee.
Yeah.
All right, gents. Well, once again, I appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedules. Look those guys up. Listen to Coach Chip. Listen to Daniel. Go to their sites. Go to their YouTube pages. Hit those hit those subscribe buttons. Do all those fun things. And send some messages to Daniel to encourage him to put those stripes on, ladies and gentlemen.
Make zebra
close.
noises.
He's close. So you're saying there's a chance. Love it.
Saying there's a chance.
All right, guys. Appreciate you once again. Have a great rest of your day.
See y'all. Thanks for having me.
Always.